Hello, and welcome to the Borrowing Money Workshop. I'm very excited you are joining me on this educational experience. I'm your host and content creator, Joe Miller. This workshop, which includes a number of short videos and a company workbook, has potential to save you a substantial amount of time and energy, as well as money in regards to loan fees and finance charges, by helping you build a solid credit foundation so that you are prepared for your new loan endeavor. The purpose of this workshop is to help you prepare to successfully borrow money. By the end of this workshop and the completion of the Borrowing Money Workbook, you will be able to control your own narrative and obtain the loan that is best for you. Because at the end of the day, you need a loan that is best for you, not your lender or bank or car dealership. A loan that fits within your budget, can be easily repaid with your income, and has the best loan terms and interest rates based on your credit. What does this all mean? In a typical situation, you are looking to obtain a loan to buy a house or a car. One typically relies on a loan officer, mortgage broker, real estate agent, or sales agent to tell you what you qualify for, what you can afford, and what the loan rate will be. But this typically is not best for you. Most sales agents mean well, but they typically have a financial incentive or commission that is tied to selling you a larger home, a pricier car, or have you get a bigger loan than what you need so they get a bigger bonus or commission. This is where the Borrowing Money Workbook and Workshop comes in handy, by saving you money and helping you buy that house or car and obtain the loan that is best for you. What I'm sharing with you is information I've gathered over the last 3 decades in lending and underwriting. Over these 30 plus years, I've been a consumer and borrower like yourself. I've purchased over the years a number of properties as my home or for investment, and a number of vehicles. I've been on the sales side as a loan officer and sales manager. And in credit, I've been a consumer underwriter, a mortgage underwriter, a credit manager, and even a collection manager. So I've seen and experienced a lot over the years. What I've learned over these 3 decades is that the key to successfully borrow money is to have a strong foundation. Just like building a house or a new car. If the house does not have a strong foundation, then it will eventually start to show cracks as the building settles over time. Doors may not open and close securely, gaps around windows will appear, pipes could start to leak, moisture could start to seep into your home, or if a car is not built on a strong frame, then the wheels may start to wobble, belts will start to squeak, or the car could start to shake and rattle. All this could end up costing you additional money. The same analogy is important when you're looking to make a major purchase, such as buying a house or buying a car or making improvements on your home, and you're looking to borrow money and obtain a loan. If you don't have a solid foundation and an understanding of your income, your credit, your budget, and your purpose, then you are susceptible to getting talked into the wrong loan terms or buy something that you will soon regret or realize that you can't afford, even though that sales officer or a lender said that you could. Or you could have paid more in fees, paid a higher interest rate, or had to put more money down than you wanted to. Bottom line is you are getting a loan on someone else's terms and not your own, thus potentially costing you thousands of extra dollars in additional finance costs. Being prepared to do anything in life will lead to greater personal success, reward, and accomplishments. This is why the Borrowing Money Workshop and Workbook are important to you. So remember to hit that like button and subscribe button below to get all the videos and information offered in this workshop. Now let's get into the training. The foundation to successfully borrow money is comprised of 4 key components. Know your income, know your credit, know your budget, and know your purpose. Each one of these is important, and a good understanding of all 4 is essential to success. Think of a 4-legged stool or a chair. If one of the legs is missing, you'll still be able to sit in the chair, but if you lean the wrong way, then it will fall over. One needs 4 sturdy legs in order to comfortably sit and relax in the chair. Thus, each leg or section is important. The first key to successfully borrow money is to know your income. Understand the difference in how much you earn and how much you make. When a lender or loan officer is looking at your income, they are basing their calculation on your gross salary or gross hourly pay over the last year or 2. And then they fit you in this box, so to speak, with everyone else who earns about the same amount of money. If you earn this amount of income, then you are approved up to this loan amount. But this is not specifically your own situation and could lead to repayment problems down the road. You may earn relatively the same amount as one of your co-workers or friends, but each person has slightly different withholdings and costs that are taken out of or deducted from each one's pay for things such as federal income tax withholdings, FICA or Social Security withholdings, health insurance premium costs, 401k retirement contributions, dependent care, and so forth. This net pay, or how much you make, is the key to understanding how much money you have available to repay your loan. This will be discussed in more detail in the next video presentation, Know Your Income. In addition, pages 2 through 8 of the Borrowing Money Workbook will have calculations that help you determine your income, whether you are paid a salary, an hourly rate, recently started a new job, have self-employment income. It can also show you how to conservatively calculate other income such as overtime, bonuses, and commissions. The second key is to know your credit. Ask yourself, when was the last time I actually looked at my credit report? And what was my credit score? Your credit report is comprised of information that companies such as banks, credit card companies, mortgage lenders, government agencies, etc., send to credit agencies such as Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. These companies are repositories of that information. That means that they only gather and organize the information received into a condensed report, and then make it available for sale to these same banks and lenders. They're not checking it for accuracy or if there's any discrepancies. This is why I recommend that before you apply for credit, that you review your credit report and make sure that the information reported about you, such as addresses, where you have lived, are correct, that recent inquiries were initiated by you, and that any loan repayment history is reporting accurately. If you find any issues, then it's best to have these discrepancies fixed prior to applying for credit, so that you have the highest score available based on your accurate information. And it's best to know this score. This helps make sure that you are offered the right interest rate based on your credit score and not sold on a higher interest rate that ends up costing you money. In addition, this is a good way to make sure that there's no fraudulent activity going on in your credit. Pages 9 and 10 of the Borrowing Money Workbook has action items and a checklist of what to look for when reviewing your credit report, and also how to dispute or fix any information. The third key to successfully borrow money is to know your budget. This is the most important section in the Borrow Money Workshop. It is important to know your budget so that the new loan will fit easily into your current budget. Because lenders and banks are held to fair lending standards, they have certain guidelines and rules where everyone fits into this box. Loan approvals are based on the housing ratio or debt to income ratio that typically includes your gross income, or how much you earn, compared to the debts listed in your credit report and the new loan payment and debts that you disclose on the credit application. Well, this can lead to problems when you get your loan statement. The new monthly loan payment could be too much for your current budget once you factor in your actual net income, how much you make, compared to the current debts listed in your credit report, utility bills, and other monthly expenses. One thing that you don't want to have happen is to be persuaded or talked into buying a bigger or more expensive house or car than what you can readily afford, and having to reduce other expenses such as saving for a vacation, reducing your 401k contribution, eliminating cable, or other monthly expenses. This is where pages 11 and 12 of the Borrowing Money Workbook comes in handy. There are two worksheets, one on the new home purchase and the other for large consumer purchases such as a car or boat or home improvements. Each worksheet has you complete your current budget and then gives you up to 5 scenarios on how a new budget will work with proposed new loan payments. The fourth and final key to successfully borrow money is to know your purpose. What I mean by that is to think about what is important to you, have a plan so that you can get what you really want at the best price for you, not what someone else can sell you. I like to do a needs list with 3 categories: must have, like to have, and want or wish to have. This way you go into the buying process knowing what is important to you. It also helps you to keep focused on your end goal so that you are not distracted by the sale agents trying to sell you something else. This helps you to maximize what you can get for the price you want to pay. It also helps to keep the salesperson focused on your needs, not them trying to maximize their profits. Page 13 and 14 of the Borrowing Money Workbook has a needs list with a list of attributes or ideas to help get you started. Well, that is it for the first Borrowing Money video. I hope this gives you a good insight as to why it is important to be prepared to borrow money. Thank you for listening to the introduction video of the Borrowing Money Workshop. The next video will cover, in detail, Know Your Income. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel so that you can complete the workshop. The Borrowing Money Workbook that was developed for this workshop is available for sale. It can be purchased through Venmo or PayPal at the link or QR code below. If you're using Venmo for payment, then search for the Borrowing Money Workbook. Remember to add your email address in the "What is this for?" text box. It is critical that you add your email address so that I know where to email the workbook. If you are using PayPal, then please check that the email address on file with PayPal is your current email address. As a reminder, the workbook is a Microsoft Excel document, so you'll need to have access to a computer or laptop that has that software. If you have any questions, my email address is borrowingmoney@yahoo.com. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss any of the Borrowing Money Workshop videos. The next one to watch is Know Your Income. Until then, thank you again for watching and have a great day.